Coming up in this episode of the Noms podcast, the R's and L's combine.
Find out what I used to call these things.
And the mystery behind who created these drinks.
It's the Noms podcast. It's going to be a ramune of an episode.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Noms podcast, the podcast where we love to talk about food. And it is not the Noms podcast without the lovely, talented, and better looking than me, Cousin Jane. How are you doing today, Cousin Jane?
I think you look amazing today.
Lies!
You.
I honestly think you somehow told the chat room to
I didn't say
compliment
anything
me.
to them.
You
They
might
have
not have
their
it-
own opinions.
No, you might not have said it tonight, but you must have said it on another night on the stream when I wasn't around. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You'll see.
Lies. I think. Anyways, if you guys have never seen the Noms podcast before, we pretty much go out and talk and find some cool food and we talk about it, give you a little bit of history, and then a lot of the times one of us has not tried it or we think it's interesting and we want to show you, so we'll share on there. Tonight is something awesome.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, both Jane and I, we're Asian. Yeah.
So Asian.
So we decided to do ramune, this mystical drink from Japan. But before we kind of go into a little bit about the tasting, the background about that, Cousin, what have you been up to? I haven't talked to you for a couple days on there.
Well, Halloween happened.
Halloween.
It was Halloween.
Yeah.
I didn't quite dress up as anything. I just wore my Pokemon Ash hat, which I've worn several times on this podcast.
Hey, I wore these horns that I wore on our last episode.
Yeah. I mean, I work at a dealership, a luxury dealership, so there's not really much you can dress up like. So I just wore a hat. And that evening, I ended up giving out candy. We did a little carnival game thing at our friend's house. There's a game. I don't know what it's called, but it's a game that you see at every carnival. You like get a hammer or a mallet or I don't know, something, a meat tenderizer, and then you hit something. You hit a thing and it makes a thing go up and you're supposed to hit a bell. I don't know what that's called, but that's the game I was in charge of. If they hit the bell, they got one piece of candy. I was pretty stingy with my pieces. Unless they were like an infant, then I would just give them like gum or something. So, yeah, test of strength. That's what I thought it was. Test your strength. But there was other stuff. There was like a basketball game. There was like a hula hoop game where you had to hit beanbags into a hula hoop. It was fun. We did it last year, and then this year we did it again. So it kind of brings the whole neighborhood together, and there's lights and music, and it's fun.
That's way cool. That's way cooler than my Halloween because I just sat in my living room passing out candy, and only like 20 kids stopped by my house the whole entire night. And
did you give out all your candy though?
No, because the only 20 kids showed up. So,
well, I don't know how much you give, like one piece of candy
so
each?
like I gave them like 2 pieces of candy and stuff, but I still only went through like half a bag because we only had like 20 kids show up. Sucked.
Yeah, we each brought, there were probably about 10 adults there, and we each bought 2 bags of candy. And by the end of it, we still had a whole bunch of candy left. Last year we ran out and we were like scrounging in their kitchen trying to find like peppermints and cinnamon discs and like random like Tic Tacs, like candy that's been there since before they moved there. We're like, sorry, we have mints. Here you go. I found some mints and Altoids. So it was fun. Yeah. Oh, and yesterday I went to a Korean restaurant.
Oh
my gosh. Like it was a like full on Korean barbecue restaurant. Like they had a kind of like how Melting Pot has it. Like a
lazy suiting, or was it? So did they have a stove like in the middle?
Yes.
Or like a. Oh, so
it had a little heating unit in the middle of your table, which we didn't use. I ended up getting sundubu which is like a soft tofu seafood soup. He got fried rice, and then they gave us.
That's not Korean.
Yeah, well, it's Korean fried rice, so they make their rice a little bit different.
You should tell Walnut that I am disappointed.
He is disappointed. Much shame. So they also, which I had never seen this before, I want to kind of show you a picture of it. They do this thing where like it's kind of like a lazy Susan. They give you a bowl of rice and then they give you a whole bunch of stuff to mix in with it. So you can kind of see right here what's going on. I
Ooh,
don't know if I
I
have
see
my
all the
camera
sides.
setting.
I see all the sides. That's my favorite part
Yeah,
of
they
Korean.
give you like rice and
Yeah.
then they give you this bowl and then you mix all the stuff in the
Yeah.
bowl and then you mix your rice together and it's like a
Yeah.
kimchi rice. It's so
What
good.
kind of sides do you
Oh,
have? I mean, I love like every time I
um
go to a Korean restaurant, I love the sides.
there's little black beans which I hadn't had for years. Like these however they do these black beans, it's so good. Different types of kimchi. There was cucumber, radish and
The traditional
cabbage.
cabbage.
And then there was bean sprouts and
Oh,
fish cakes.
oh, so good. Did they not have sweet potatoes?
No, we didn't do sweet potatoes. But we also had they're like Korean fried egg rolls. They're called mandu. My mom
Oh,
makes it all the
mandu.
time.
Oh,
Yes.
it's so good.
My
'Cause
mom makes homemade mandu.
oh,
It's so good.
oh, I want homemade mandu.
And she makes homemade bulgogi and
Uh,
tteokbokki
that's it. Next vacation, I'm flying to Texas
and
just
galbi.
just to eat Korean food
Yes,
because
you
it's
should. I'd be like, Mom, this is my cousin. You've never met him.
hi, I'm Asian.
And my grandpa will be here, and he's straight from Korea. He's going to be here
Oh,
probably this month.
I love old people. Old people are awesome. But
Yes.
yeah, when you mentioned mandu, it reminds me because there's a Korean fusion food truck that stops by my work all the
Like
time.
Korean taco?
No, it's just like a rice bowl essentially on there, but they put it, but they sell mandu, and when you get mandu, these guys are really animated. So when you order mandu, the guy who's taking the order yells to the guy who's preparing it, "One mandu, please!"
One
And then the guy's
mandu.
like, "Mandu!"
That's awesome.
I love it because they're always yelling out and they're listening to K-pop all the time. It's amazing.
I want to rent out a food truck for like a birthday party or something.
That'd be
Like my
fun.
birthday's coming up in like 3 months or something like that. And I really want to like get a food truck to visit me.
Oh, that'd be
And
cool.
yeah.
Well, I'm not sure the cup bop guys would drive all the way to Texas to do it.
Hey, they might.
their
I'll
food's
tell them, hey, I'll give you $100 and we'll all buy food from you. All two of us.
I'll do a sweet party. Oh, I'm pretty sure people would show up to your party if you invited them. They'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I hope I'm on the short list."
The short list?
Yeah.
Is there a short list?
I don't know.
I don't
Probably.
know.
Isn't that
I
what cool
haven't
kids?
created my part.
I'm not a cool kid, so I never get on any list. So I have to
Mm.
make my own list, and even then, I
Oh,
put myself at the bottom.
you're like me.
Yeah, so I'm at the top and the bottom on there. Oh man, yeah. You had a more fun 2 weeks than I did. I just have had a lot of sushi in the past 2 weeks.
Yum! I had sushi on last Sunday.
Yeah, I had it yesterday. I had it Saturday, and I think I had it like Tuesday.
Did you have buffet sushi?
No. So there's this local place called Tsunami on there, and they actually fly in their fish fresh all the time
Yum.
on there, and it's not cheap. I'll tell you that. But luckily,
Yeah.
my company picked up the bill one of the nights on there. But one of my favorite things there is called the executive roll, and it has like a fried shrimp in the middle, and then tuna on top with this habanero sauce that is amazing on there. Oh, it's good. But I like all their stuff, and that, and I had I tried a new kind of root beer on there called Maine root beer.
Maine, like Maine, the state of
Yeah,
Maine?
the state of Maine on there, and I guess it's made with fair trade certified organic evaporated cane juice,
Oh,
and there's extracts of wintergreen, clove, and what is this? Anise.
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 I don't know how to say that, but I know what you're talking
I
about.
don't know, but so this is
It's what they make licorice out of, licorice root.
yeah. So this is my question to you. Is your root beer caffeine free? I thought that was just a Utah thing where my root beer is caffeine free. Like I can't even
There's
get.
one that has caffeine in it, but most of them are caffeine free.
So it's probably
I think-
Barks, right?
I think Barks has caffeine in it. A&W doesn't have caffeine.
Yeah. What's crazy is the Barks here in Utah, no caffeine. It's caffeine free.
Really?
Like I had to travel outside the state. Actually, I think the first Barks I ever had, I didn't even know Barks came with caffeine on there until I actually went.
I honestly didn't either until like recently, maybe like a year ago.
Yeah, I went actually to Austin of all places, and that was
Oh,
the first time I tried Barks with caffeine in it, and it makes sense because it's Barks with a bite.
was it great?
Eh,
I don't even like root beer, so like I'll
yeah.
have it in a root beer float, but I'll mainly have a root beer float for the ice cream.
Yeah, and apparently there was a precursor to root beer called sarsaparilla, and I've tried that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like maybe you'll have to do an episode on sarsaparilla
we
because
should do
I
sarsaparilla.
I honestly thought that was just a made up word.
I bet World Market has that.
Like I honestly thought it was a made up word that you heard
Like
in
a
all the
old country.
yeah, in all the cowboy, they walk into the saloon like, "Give me a sarsaparilla."
Give me a sarsaparilla.
And I really thought it was made up, but apparently it's a real thing.
We should try it.
Yes.
That would be an interesting soda episode.
Yeah, lots of sarsaparilla. But we're talking about sodas on here, and so we'll go back to our kind of Asian roots, and this is ramune. Some of you guys may or may not have seen this before, but usually it's sold in Japan, and it's actually a fun like carbonated drink on there, and usually people drink it in the summer, but I drink it year round and all that good stuff on there. And what's interesting about this is most people will recognize it because the bottle looks a little funny. There's like notches on there, and there's also a marble that holds it together on there. So to open it, you actually have to pop the marble, and the marble will actually drop down into the drink. And when you drink it, is you have the marble roll up against these notches, and then they'll keep it all good and going.
It jingles.
Yeah. And so we have multiple flavors on here. So should we try a flavor first? I mean, we have Hello Kitty Original, which is kind of
that's probably the one we should try first, since that's the same one we both have.
Yeah. So the original is kind of lemon lime. It's pretty much like Sprite. And
I always wondered what flavor. Is it just like is it Sprite, or is it just like soda water?
It's a lemonade flavored soda water.
On it, that's right.
So, and you guys might wonder where the name Ramune comes from, and you probably, if you've listened to previous episodes of Noms, you actually can tell that I sometimes do this. Is that in Japanese, R and L are exactly the same sound. So lemonade is lemon ade or something like that on there. But when you say it in Japanese, since the L is just like an R,
Ramune,
it sounds like Ramune. And that's why it's called Ramune.
You know what we call this in Texas? What we called this growing up?
Nope.
We called it a carbonated Asian. And I Googled it. And I'm like, nobody else in the world calls it a carbonated Asian. But all of my friends called it a carbonated Asian. My sister, like, whenever she started going to school, she's like, have you had a carbonated Asian yet? I'm like, yeah, of course I've had a carbonated Asian. I don't even know where the term came from. But it does say carbonate soft drink on it. This one says carbonated soft drink. This one says carbonated ramune drink. But Asian, I don't know where that came from.
That's so funny. It's great, carbonated Asian.
So are we going to show people how to do this?
Okay, so Jane will give you kind of the up close on there while
I hope I can remember how to do this.
I'll kind of describe it. Okay, so first step, if you look at the cap, this cap is deceiving, and most people try to open it with the cap as is. Don't do that. What you want to do is actually pop the cap out, so you get this little plunger-looking thing on there. So the plunger-looking thing is what you use, and so I'll zoom in on Cousin. And what you want to do is put the plunger thing with the tip side on the marble.
Yeah, you can see the marble right there. It kind of looks like ice.
Yeah, on there. And then this is where I've seen lots and lots of people go wrong. Do not smack the plunger down. That's going to cause the soda to explode all over the place. I'm just telling you right now.
You hit it with your nose.
Yeah. Yeah, with your nose on there. But what you really want to do is take the palm of your hand and just firmly press down, and the marble will drop into the soda. See, just like that. And you see it's not exploding.
No explosion here. And look at that jingle jingle. Jingle jingle. Well, it's not really jingling now because there's
soda
still liquid.
But when you kind of drink it, okay, and then now the tricky part is when you drink it, there are these little notches on the side. There, I'll zoom in on mine, where you actually hold the marble in as you as you pour, because if you do it on the other side, the marble is going to come back up to the top on there. So now you just take a little sip of that with the marble like that and enjoy.
Ramune!
And like I said, it's sort of to me it doesn't taste lemony. On there,
It kind of reminds me of a little bit of 7-Up, but less bite to it.
Yeah, because there's really no bite. It's kind of more sweet on that. And D-Max actually asks a good question about the bottle.
Yeah,
So,
why did they make a bottle like this?
First of all, Ramune is actually was not invented by a Japanese person.
Nope.
As I thought. When I did my research, it actually was introduced by a Scottish-born pharmacist who lived in the city of Kobe in Japan. His name was Alexander Cameron Sim. So obviously nowhere close to being Asian.
But he was in Asia.
Yeah. So and originally it was also called Mabu Soda. That's how the Japanese say marble soda. Mabu Soda. On that. But the bottle itself was invented earlier than Ramune. It's called a cod bottle. The Ramune came out in 1876. This bottle was invented in 1870 by Hiram Codd in London. So yet another white guy.
White man.
And the idea was the marble could hold more carbonated pressure in there versus traditional lids on there. And it was actually popular for a while in the 1870s until kids kept on breaking these bottles to try and get the marble. So it became a safety hazard and it kind of phased it out.
How do you get the marble out?
You have to break the bottle. It's sealed on there.
I was going for a kid thing.
Yeah. On there. I don't want you to hurt yourself. I need a co-host. I can't do this by myself, cousin.
What? Yes, you can.
I don't. Oh man, she has. Okay, so for all you audio listeners, she's just tried a pair of scissors. Now she's trying a pair of tweezers. I'm really worried she's gonna pull out the X-Acto knife.
No. Sword.
Letter opener that looks like a sword.
I got this from my friend who went to a land. I don't even know which land he went to. And he brought back this. I don't even know. I don't know which land he went to. But he came back with a sword. I feel like I should call it land because he brought me back a sword.
A mystical kingdom.
Yes. So that was Ramune. It tastes like sort of like 7-Up, but really, really sugary.
Yeah, super. Yeah, I would say sugary on that. And then so what should we try the strawberry next? I have a Hello Kitty strawberry.
I have Shirakiku
on there. And do you guys want to know something that my friends won't let me live down on there? No. So apparently one day I was talking about strawberry starbursts and I said starberry instead of strawberry.
I know you've said this before.
Now everybody, all my friends, every time they say strawberry around me, they say starberry.
I'm going to use my same plunger. They all have the same plunger no matter what brand it is.
Well, not really. Well, my lychee one's clear.
Mine isn't. My lychee is also green.
But yeah, it should work for all of these. I'm going to have a lot of soda tonight.
I don't feel like popping it out because it hurts my thumb. But strawberry,
Why are you using your thumb? Just use your palm.
No, on this.
Oh, that. Okay.
Oh, it hurts my hand to do that. I like the fizz. This one didn't fizz quite as much as the last one. Maybe because I used the wrong plunger.
Well, no, it depends on how hard you actually drop the plunger down. I don't know. I've done it multiple times.
So I have Shirakiku. You have Hello Kitty.
Yeah, I have Hello Kitty because Hello Kitty with marble.
I feel like it's the same.
Mine says with marble on the color on there.
I feel like it's the same thing. It's just got a different label.
Can I tell you, just because Hello Kitty's on this cost me 10 cents more?
Really? Mine were the same exact price.
This cost me $1.99 instead of $1.79.
That's 20 cents.
That's okay. Fine. I did the math. Okay.
You did not do the math.
I did the math wrong. Okay.
My autofocus? Is it really? I can't. I
No,
accidentally closed.
it's probably me.
No, I
On
think
there.
it's me because I closed my Logitech settings.
Does Utah have a yellow kitty tax? Probably, or something, because everybody just loves this adorable kitty
Kitty,
on there.
kitty, kitty.
Yep.
Kitty, kitty, kitty. She has a pencil. No, she has a surfboard. Yeah.
She has a bottle of Ramune in her
I have a watermelon one, but you couldn't find watermelon,
Yeah, I
could you?
could. So I've seen watermelon before. I just couldn't find one on there. So while you try watermelon, which is orange, I guess, on there.
Yeah. I don't even know what brand it is. I can't read it.
I am going to try the melon flavor, which is green.
Distributed by CTC Food International Incorporated, San Francisco.
Oh,
From
that's the same people.
Dye Trading Company in College Point, New York, and Carroll Stream, Illinois.
I think that's the same one who made the Hello Kitty ones.
Is it?
Yep. Mine was distributed by Giant
CTC.
Union Co. Inc., Whitaker, California, for the melon. So I'm gonna try just regular melon.
Oh, these weren't distributed by the same people because the Shirikiku is Nishimoto Trading Company in Santa Fe Springs, California. But it is a product of Japan.
Japan.
This
Nippon.
is a product of Japan.
Nippon on there.
This one is not a product of Japan.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I guess it's all American, but it's written in Japanese.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna try a green lemon or watermelon on there.
Green lemon.
Green watermelon.
You have like a honeydew.
Yeah, I guess so. On it. Well, that doesn't look like honeydew, does it?
No, it kind of looks like a what is that kind of melon?
I don't know what kind of. I'm not a melon expert, so.
I don't know. It's kind of out of focus for me, so I don't know. Honeydew has the little stem at the top.
Yeah, because I've seen these melons before.
Ah.
All right.
My watermelon.
I'm gonna try this. I gotta open it first. Man, I'm gonna have a lot of soda. Anybody want some soda? Does
anyone want some soda? We could have full-on suicide soda after this. Mine smells like a watermelon. It smells like
yeah, mine actually
jam.
thinking about it sort of smells like a honeydew. Or what is the green one? That when you cut it and it's green inside?
It's honeydew.
Yeah, honeydew, okay. I always get that and cantaloupe mixed up.
Cantaloupe is the orange.
I always eat them together, so I get confused.
This does not taste like the jam I made. I don't think I like this one very much.
So this really does. Okay, so this sort of has the honeydew taste of it, but it tastes like they just took the regular ramune and like put a hint of.
That's how I feel about my watermelon.
Like,
it's not very sweet.
Yeah, and because with the strawberry one, when you put it in, it tastes like strawberry.
Yeah.
On there, so yeah,
this one tastes like it doesn't have any.
Yeah, it's like
sugar.
Kind of just yeah. Yeah. So another interesting thing about these ramune is when they bottle it, they actually bottle it upside down, and the carbonation is what seals the marble into the
This
lid.
is carbonation?
Yeah, that's what they say, so. Or the pressure from it. Yeah, so they bottle it like that, and then as it fills up, the carbonation kind of pops the marble into place. I tried to find video of that, but doesn't show up. Okay, so we got 2 more to try. Should we we both have the lychee flavor, right?
Yeah, lychee.
And then there's the lychee. You remember? Have you had those Jello snacks, the lychee ones?
Yes.
On there that they had to change the shape of because kids were choking on them.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I guess because I did choke on them growing up.
Because remember when we were kids, they were kind of like little.
They were little
ball shaped things.
Yeah.
And now they're like this weird fit in your hand shape that you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why, because kids were choking on them. I loved those.
I would sit with, like, it was sort of like this. You would stick it in your mouth.
Yeah, and you pop them back, and then people
Kind of
would
like a shot.
people would be choking on them. So
I definitely choked on them growing up.
yeah,
They were awesome, though.
yeah.
That's just part of Asian childhood.
Choking on everything. So if you look, the lid on my lychee one's a little bit different.
Whoa.
It's like oblong on there, and it's clear.
Do you still have to pop it out?
Yeah, but I'm just gonna use the other one.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I could. I mean, it pops out the same way. Like that. So for all you people who don't know what lychee is, or lychee, it's a fruit in Southeast Asia, if I remember right.
It's like a nut, almost.
Yeah, and it
like a little apple. I made up. That's two things that aren't similar at all.
at all. So yeah, it's grown in China in the subtropical areas on there, and it actually, when you look at it on the outside, it's kind of a tough outer like red skin on there, and then you
They
peel it
grow
back.
on trees like nuts.
Yeah. And then
they bunch together.
Oh, this one's not opening for me.
Maybe because you need that lid.
I'm using that lid. That lid seems weaker than the other ones.
Aw.
On there. But it's kind of a sweet tasting flavor on here.
It's like what? How do you describe it? I'm trying to think of something that's similar to it, like a grape.
Yeah, it's kind of sweet and tart at the same time.
Kind of like like when you peel the skin off a grape. That's what it's like.
Yeah, and there's a seed inside, so when you bite through one, careful.
Yeah, don't just swallow it whole.
Yeah. Wait, is yours clear?
Yeah.
Mine's not. Mine's cloudy.
Maybe bluish.
Mine's cloudy.
Well, it might be the bottle that's bluish. I don't know.
Yeah, I have oh man, mine's cloudy, so maybe it has.
Well, that's how the Jello is.
Yeah, this is how the Jello is. It's cloudy, so.
Yep. Lychee.
Yeah.
Lychee.
See, this one they got the taste right on there. So I don't know why the melon one's kind of weird.
This one's really good.
On there. All right.
That reminds me of growing up.
And choking on Jello.
Growing up and choking on Jello.
Oh man, that's great. Okay, and then we got one left, but this one we actually have two different flavors because you have coconut. I've never seen a coconut one, so it might be regional on there. But I have a muscat flavored
muscat.
On there. And I looked it up. And
was it muscat or muskrat?
Muscat. It's not muskrat. On there, and it's apparently it's just a type of grape.
Oh, really?
It's like a family of grapes, pretty much green grapes. On there.
Oh, maybe it's just a green grape.
So yeah, I'm assuming it might taste just
muscat.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it probably just tastes like grapes.
Grapes. Got any grapes?
Or in Japan, grape.
It's not from anything.
So if any of you guys ever played Cooking Mama, when Mama says grape, she actually says grape.
Grape? Grape?
Grape?
Grape? Grape? That's how my mom says grape. Grape? That's also how she says crepe. Crepe?
So how do you know what she's talking about?
I'm like, Mom, did you buy me the fruit or did you make me a small, tiny little pancake? And she never makes me small, tiny little pancakes, so it's a grape. So I have coconut, which I love coconut water. I doubt it's anything like coconut water. I think it's more like a coconut snow cone. Yeah, definitely.
All right, so let me try this muscat. Yeah, pretty much tastes like a green grape. Green grape.
Mine tastes like a snow cone.
Grape. On there. So I don't know if you noticed this, but Ramune has actually gotten more popular over the years.
Carbonated Asians.
But the first time I actually had it was this Sangaria brand on there, and this like to me this is the original.
That is, yeah. I have never seen that.
Well,
or is it the brand?
Yeah, the brand. So normally it's in one of these bottles, but apparently they also sell them in cans.
That's like
so you can the lid is openable and you can seal it for later.
And there's no marble.
Yeah, there's no marble, so it's not as fun on there, but you know, this is the brand that I originally have, but now we have all these different companies that are kind of moving into them. And this is kind of like the premium brand to me. I mean, was this the first kind of brand did you have, or did you have one of the?
No, it was this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Shirakiku.
That's interesting to kind of see the different flavors on there. I don't know, and they always have other um different like other brands. I mean, I had peach, grape, well,
Yeah.
like purple grapes, and
Blueberry,
blueberry, and
raspberry.
what was the one that was like Hawaiian blue or something?
I
Excuse me.
didn't see that. I've never seen that one before. It sounds like Hawaiian Punch.
Yeah, I didn't get that one on there. And DMAX is asking us if you go to the Asian
Where we got
market,
these?
if you go to the Asian market or just the local supermarket. What's interesting
Both.
is I think like Walmart and stuff sometimes has ramune in there, or some of the local stores now are having. You can find like a couple bottles of ramune before, but if but I honestly think they overprice them.
Yeah.
When you
These
go
are
to,
$179. Well, these are at World Market for $179.
yeah,
But you can go to Asian supermarkets too.
like I think this Marukio brand that I have right here, these were 150. Yeah, most of these were 150 for me. This bottle of Ramune is actually 179 for the can
Hmm.
on there for the sealable can, and then like I said, Hello Kitty was 199 because this feline was on it.
Yeah. Because ZQT.
On there, so
I like going to Asian markets just in general because I like picking up snacks and stuff while I'm there. You
yeah.
could get Pocky, or you could get, what is it called? How did I forget what it's called?
Are you talking about our snow cones?
No, it's not Pocky.
Or the custard cakes that were slightly
No.
alcoholic?
No, it's the
Caplico?
it's the one that has the day coming up.
Oh, Pepero. So yeah,
Pepero.
guys, we don't have an episode on Pepero Day, but make sure you guys go get out some Pepero and give it to your friends so you can
And
wish
then you
them
eat
to
it
be
at midnight, or
at
you feed it to
11:11.
your love.
What?
Yeah. I don't remember.
Yeah, no, it's November 11th at 11:11, 11 seconds exactly.
Oh yeah,
And then
11:11.
yeah, so you give it to people in hopes of making them taller and thinner, or you exchange it with your loved ones. That's what it.
It's not going to work for me. You can just give it to me, and then I will eat. I actually still have some in my kitchen. Pepero, pepero.
Don't tell the guys in my office, but I'm bringing them Pepero and
That's awesome.
So they're all
I
gonna get
won't
it.
tell them.
And then I'm really gonna hand it to them. May you get skinnier and taller.
And then they'll fall in love with you. Don't tell them that part. Just say
it's an office full of guys. So.
My dealership is full of guys. If I give that to them, maybe they'll fall in love with me.
Just give it to Jesse.
Jesse, even though these pepero sticks.
Even though I don't know how taller you can get, you might start healing.
I don't have them with me. I will feed them to you on Pepero Day.
Can we get pictures?
It'll be like 11:11, and he's like dead asleep, and I'm just force feeding them down the
stairs, sticking them in his mouth.
Love me. Why don't you love me?
Oh, that's going to be amazing. All right, guys. This has been another episode of the Noms podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have suggestions for foods to try, I don't even know what we're doing next after this. Turkey Day is coming soon. Maybe we can think of
do turkeys.
Thanksgiving food.
Our favorite turkeys.
Or are we just going to eat like 5 turkeys then?
Yeah, 5 different turkeys.
So yeah.
Turkey sandwiches.
Yeah. So send us some suggestions on what you guys want to hear at nomspodcast@ktdata.net, or you can put it on our Facebook page, facebook.com/nomspodcast, or at Twitter @nomspodcast, or on Google plus.nomspodcast.net on there. Or if you missed any of these show notes, well, there's not really any show notes, but if you want to see any of the Ramune and stuff, I'll try to link them on there.
If you email me, I'll email you a taste of it.
Wow, you're magical.
I'm magical.
Yeah. So
I'll just pour it on my keyboard.
Yeah.
Can you taste it?
Yeah.
You can?
Of course, on there. So you can find that nomspodcast.net. And also, if you want to join us in our live show, our next episode is November 18th, 2014.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Man.
Time's flying on there. I think. Yeah. Is it? Yeah, that's 14 days from now.
Golly. Well.
So yeah, Turkey Day is coming up pretty soon. So that'll
Yeah.
be interesting on there. And hey, I'll leave you guys with homework on Pepero Day. Show us your pictures of you eating Pepero or giving Pepero to people, or just going
Yeah. We'll link back to the Pepero. It's like the very first episode we had was the Asian snack.
Yes, and it has the most amazing video ever. So make sure you go check out episode 1 of the Noms podcast. It's amazing on there. Cousin, thank you for taking time. I know you got your book club coming up. Do you have anything else you want to plug?
In negative 9 minutes, yes.
You got anything else to plug?
Nope, I don't have anything.
JaneDS.tv. Guys, go check that out.
Yeah, the website's being updated.
Yeah.
By him.
Yeah. On there. And anything else that I do, Ktdata.net. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.
Mm-hmm.